Hey everyone, it's Ashley here, and I am popping on here to do my October wrap up. So for the month of October, I read 8 books, and I did pretty good. By the way, I'm doing this a bit early because November is going to be absolutely insane for me, and I'll let you know more about why that is in my November TBR. And yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna start off by saying that for October, me and the girls did a Bewitched book bingo. Had my husband print this off for me. And I surprisingly, so since it is still October, I have like a couple days left. So there is some books I'm still reading. So as of right now, I only have 17 points. And but I'm planning to get at least 17, 3, 4, 5. I'm planning to get at least 5 more points, or 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 8 more points. We'll see, maybe 10. We will see. I'm planning to get more, but as of right now, I have 17 points, and the boxes I have is Witch's Brew, so read a book with the magic system, and for that I used A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping, a pumpkin, then another point was Pumpkin Patch, a cozy autumn book. I forget which one that was. I think that was The Witches of Holloway Road. I'm sorry, I had to pause because I only have 14 points. I, for some reason, crossed off one of the boxes, and I'm currently on the book. And I only crossed it off when I finished the book. So sorry. So Ghoul's Choice, I'm still reading the book that I'm using for this book. I'm so sorry, I'm still reading the book that I'm using for that box. Anyway, the other box I have though marked off is Cauldron Bubble, a book about witches, and I used Witches of Holloway Road for that. And then Cursed Pages, a book that you have been avoiding. I used The Housemaid is Watching. I have thoughts of that book. And then I have The Enchanted Free Space. Another one I crossed off was Jack-o'-lantern Glow, a book with orange or black on the cover. I used Scythe and Sparrow for that book. Gravedigger, a book with a creepy cover. I used Someone Is Always Watching. There's like blood splattered on it, so I was like, yeah, it's creepy. And then Eternal Night, I used Angels in Pink, which was a book you couldn't put down. I'm planning to get a full moon, which is a werewolf story, a blood moon, which is a vampire as the main character story, and Ghoul's Choice, which is a horrors book, and Trick or Treat, which is a random book pick. Those are what I'm planning to get by the end of this, but we'll see. I'll let you guys know. Well, Tricia will let you know. On to the books that we read. So I'm going to start off with the 2 books that we read for the month of October, and I'm going to start with A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. This was surprisingly really good. I believe I gave it 4 stars. There was some parts which I found slow and not really needing in the book, but yeah, I gave it a 4-star because it was still quite good. This is by the same author who wrote The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, which is what the first book that we ever read when we started this book club. We started in October. So yeah, so it was good. I did enjoy Sarah's story. My favorite character was Ruru. the skeleton rooster. I love this book of finding your own family and just like you work so hard towards something because you want something back, and then you give it all up in a heartbeat to save your family. And I just thought that that was beautiful and well written. And yeah, that ending was great. But again, I will say the ending to me, I felt like it could have been cut, like two chapters could have been cut out of there. It could have been a bit shorter. But that was my only complaint about it, because I did enjoy this and I flew through this. It was a really good book. I really liked it. The second book that we read was by Kelley Armstrong. Someone is always watching. I gave this 5 stars. It was really, really good. I was so Danielle finished it really fast after we talked, because we read to the halfway point and then talked about it, and Danielle was able to finish it and I wasn't, because I had to go to sleep for work. And I mean, she had to go to sleep for work too, but she was able to finish it and I was so jealous. And then I started reading it in the morning before going to work, and I got on the last chapter, and then I looked at the clock and I'm like, it's 8:27. I start work at 8:30. I'm like, I gotta go to work. And the last chapter, I was listening to it on audiobook, and it was 14 minutes long. It wasn't 14 minutes long. I was listening on 2.20 speed. It was a very slow. The person who was reading the book was reading it in a very slow, soothing voice. So I sped that book up. um, but yeah, so I was so mad. I had to go to work on my lunch break though, because other people were in there and I didn't have headphones. I like put it right up to my ear and was listening to the last chapter because I needed to know. Um, but anyway, really good book. It's a teen book too, but yeah, this is what I use for the spooky book, for the spooky, like the creepy cover. What is this? Because you see the blood. Yeah. Anyway, really, really good book. I highly recommend it. Okay, next book I'm going to talk about is Angels in Pink, Reina's story. Probably saying her name wrong. Anyway, this is the second one to the trilogy. I gave this book 3 stars. I didn't really like it as much as Kathleen's story. Yeah, it was okay. I'm really looking forward to reading the third one to wrap it all up. And yeah, I'm not gonna say much about it because it's the second book. Next book I am going to talk about is The Witches of Holloway Road. So, if you watched my TBR, I was saying that I think this is based in New Zealand, blah, 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 blah. It is. They mentioned Auckland, which is the capital of New Zealand, and I was in Auckland when I went to visit New Zealand, so it was really cool. And this takes place in a different city, and I'm blanking on the city's name. I think it's fake. I could be wrong, but this book was not what I was expecting. It was amazing though. I believe I gave it um 5 stars. Yeah. She very thin, so it was very easy to read. I also had an audiobook for this book, but my goodness, I was not expecting it. It's about this girl named Ursula who goes to stays at her aunt's cottage after like a terrible heartbreak, and her, like, from an ex-boyfriend and her best friend, they end up together. And then she finds out that she's a witch, and then she meets this guy named Rowan. But then there's also like another girl. It's a Pomeramlis Paulo Ramirez romance. And yeah, it was really good. It was really cute and very different. I was not expecting the way it was. It was a really good book though. I'm gonna look up some more books by this author because I really liked this one. Next book I'm going to talk about, I'm going to tell you this right now. I gave it 2 stars. And 2 stars is being generous. Because I did not like this book whatsoever. I'm thinking of honestly changing it to 1 star. It was terrible. I did not like this book. It should not have been written, and I'm very disappointed. The Housemaid is watching. If you guys have seen the videos in the past, I read the 2 other books, and I loved them. I gave them 5 stars. Even the short story, I gave it, I think 4 or 5 stars, I forget. I absolutely raved about them. This was very disappointing. I heard from Tricia that I'm not gonna say too much because I don't want to spoil this for anyone who wants to read it, and Danielle, because Danielle hasn't read it yet. But I was speaking with Tricia about this, and she said that this book was written because fans wanted more. I wish Freida McFadden didn't listen, because this was terrible. Or even made it into a short story, like just be like, oh yeah, Millie had kids, married Enzo, these are the kids' names, this is where they live, this is what they do. That would have been a lot better than what this was. I did finish it, and there was things that happened to kids, but I listened to this on an audiobook, so I was able to like speed it up and like push through it. Terrible book. I gave it 2 stars. I think I might give it 1 star. I'm taking a break from her books because I was very disappointed in that book. Next book, though, on the happy note, let's talk about Daughter of the Siren Queen. I gave this 4 stars. A really good book. Really, 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 really good. I loved finding out about her mother. I loved their adventure and like confronting the Pirate King, her father, and just all these things. It was amazing. I'm not gonna say too much because this is the second. I do want to read the third one, but I'm not sure when I will read the third one. We'll see. Maybe for December. But yeah, really, really, really good. I highly recommend reading this book. Well, the first one first. Next, I'm going to talk about she heavy Lore Olympics Volume 9. This is the last volume, I believe. With the way it ended, I think it's the last novel. So this is about Hades and I cannot say her name to save my life, but it's about them too, and just the things that they went through. And it was a webtoon too, like Under the Oak Tree. It was a webtoon. And I absolutely love it. I gave it 5 stars. I've given this whole like series well, it's number 9, so I've given from 1 to 8. I've given that all 5 stars. So I've been really liking it. It's really good. There's a lot of drama, there's a lot of angst, there's a lot of will they won't they. It's really, really, really good. Okay, so the next book I'm going to talk about, I actually DNF'd this book. I was, I believe, I wrote this down somewhere. Hang on. I was 42% way through the book. I was trying to get to 50, but it really sucked. And I was trying so hard to like this book because I've heard nothing but like great things about this. A lot of booktubers that I watch have read this book and liked it. So I was trying really, really, really hard, but it was not speeding up and it was so slow. Oh my gosh. And that's The Night Circus. I was really debating forcing myself to read this book to like all the way through. I feel like it did not need to be this big. But yeah, I was so disappointed. I wanted to love this book and I wanted to use it for the prompt creepy carnival. I wanted to use it for that, but I couldn't. I just couldn't read it. I did not like this book whatsoever. It was terrible. So I DNF'd it because I couldn't do it, and as much as I wanted to, I was like, I have better books to read for October than to try to force myself through that. Another book that I read for October was Scythe and Sparrow. Don't have the physical copy, so Tricia will put right there. That is the third book to the, I'm not even gonna say it, trilogy, because I always forget. Anyway, I gave it 5 stars. That was my favorite book out of this trilogy. I really loved Finn and Rose's story. And if you do watch me talk about that book, I said Fionn because I listened to an audiobook of it, and that's what they were saying in the audiobook. So I was just following what they said. So, but then I got corrected by Tricia, and I was told that his name was Finn, and I'm like, sorry. I think I thought so, but I was just going off on what the audiobook said. But yeah, no, she was right, because I listened to another audiobook of a book, and one of the girls' name um was Tanya, and they were saying Tanya, and I'm like, that's not Tanya, that's Tanya. Anyway, so yeah, Scythe and Sparrow was a really, really good book. A really good book to the ending, to like the end of the trilogy, and I really enjoyed it. I highly recommend this trilogy. To get to the last one though, that is. If you want more in depth of me speaking of Scythe and Sparrow, there is a video out. I forget what it's called, but Tricia could maybe leave a link down below. But yeah. Anyway, those were the books that I read and DNF'd. I am gonna mention 2 more books because I am right now, like I said, I'm doing this video early. I'm right now in the middle of them, and that is The Bewitching. I am on chapter... I'm back to chapter 9. I'm on page 66. I'm sorry, chapter 1. I'm on chapter 66. I'm on the year 1934. This follows 3 girls on different timelines. One is, oh my gosh, I forget her name. I'm terrible with names. If you haven't already guessed that, I am absolutely terrible with names. So, but one of them, she is the great grandmother of the main girl, and I can't find her name to save my life. Oh, Alba. So her name is Alba, and she's the great grandmother of oh my gosh, no, I should really look this up before, but you know, of Minvira. I hope that's how you say it. And Minvira, her story takes place in 1998. Alba's story takes place in 1903, and the other girl, who this is her first chapter, takes place in 1934. So I'm not gonna say much about it yet because, like I said, I am only on chapter 4. I'm on chapter 4. It says chapter 1, but that's because it's like on a new girl. Yeah. So I'm on chapter 4, and there's some things I'm like Alba, and like it's revealed pretty early on in the story, so I'll just say it. Alba's like having a crush on her uncle. And that's kind of gross. But I can't say anything because my family. I'm not gonna talk about my family and relations that shouldn't have happened. But anyway, so yeah, so there's some things in this book that I'm like, oh, okay, but I'm hoping it gets better. I heard really good things about this book. A popular booktuber that I watch and absolutely love gave this 4 stars. I'm really hoping I give it 4 stars. And my coworker, she wants to know about this book because it's on her TBR, so I'm really hoping to like it. But yeah, I'll let y'all know how I feel about it, or Tricia will let y'all know how I felt about it. But right now, I'm sitting at a 3-star with it, but we'll see. The next book I am reading and hoping to finish is The House of Watch Hill. So I'm hoping to use this for Ghoul's Choice, which is a horror book. I don't know if this is a horror book. It kind of sounds like one. I don't know why I wrote that down. I was probably just like predicting, and yeah. Anyway, I have read the prologue. That is it. So, and the prologue kind of gave it off. That's like, it's about like a creepy house. So I'm looking forward to this. This is apparently part of a series too, but this is the first book, and when I tried to like look up the series, there's no other books. So not sure if there'll be other books or not, but yeah. Anyway, I'm excited because I'm hoping to love this book. I'm hoping to love both of these books. But yeah, anyway, that is my October TBR. I mean, whoa. That is my October wrap up. I know it was confusing and a bit all over the place. I feel like I was all over the place. And but yeah, anyway, I hope you guys had a great October, had some great October reads, and I will see you for my November TBR and let you know all about my busy month. And I'll be doing something different for that TBR, so I can't wait to film it, so stay tuned. Bye.